Okay, well, I know a lot of you are a little bit intimidated by this idea, or just upset or whatever about having to move over to Google Sites. And remember, nothing is going to go away from your Weebly site, so those will not disappear anytime in the near future. So you'll have that content that you can take and bring over into Facebook. So I'm going to show you one or a couple of easy ways to move that content over. So what I've got, what you see before you, is my Weebly, all the sites I have in Weebly. And I've created a little template, a blank page basically, in Google Sites. And you can see I've called it Fakebook, because what I'm going to do right now is do this Fakebook page that we've created. We used it as a project for language arts, where kids had an author and they took that author and created what we call the Fakebook page for the author. So they had to know about the time that they lived, some of their great works, who they might have been contemporaries with, their friends. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So the first thing I would do is pick the site that you want to go to and go into edit and just kind of make sure it's how you want it to look for the most part. So you might want to move some things around here. Hopefully you're used to doing things with there, just his friends a little bit there. So we've got some things, activities here. I could click that to edit, or maybe I don't want that. So get rid of things that you might not want. So let's say I didn't want that. I could get rid of that. Here I've got the name of the author, some information about it, a couple of the books that he wrote, so and the graphics are all there. So now what I want to do is, once I've got it how I want it to look, I'm going to go ahead and go to Publish. And I'll go ahead to the site. So here's how the site looks, and I'm just going to select in here and drag my mouse across, and now I've selected everything, and I'm going to right click and say copy, and I'm going to go over to the Fakebook page now, and I'm going to click on the little pencil tool here, edit page. Notice I created this pretty much a blank template here, and I've got one big box in the middle. I've got my navigation on the side here, so I can add some other pages later. But the one downside is you have to do this one page at a time. You can't select your whole site and do it. So some of you might have 20 pages on your site, and so you're going to have to do it one at a time. But so now I'm just going to go ahead and right click and say paste. And you can see it's pretty good. So maybe I want to move friends to the middle here. That's a little too far, so I'll go back over here, and maybe I'll just use spaces instead to get it right over there. So you can kind of go ahead and manipulate it a little bit. Maybe this might be too big. We can't get into that, but you can wrap text, So you've got some options that you can do with this. But we pretty much have it the way we want. I just hit save, and now I can go in and I want to see how it's going to look. Preview page as viewer, and now I can see what it would look like as a web page. So that's not too bad. It came out pretty close to what was over here. So again, you might want to, if you're over in this side, if I'm in the editing part, let's say I wanted to resize this one or something, do it here before you do anything. So I could edit the image, let's say. So I'm better off doing it here than over on this side. So once I've got the image how I want it to look, then go back here. So maybe I want to crop it a little bit. So I publish again and go over here. And before I do that, I'm going to copy and paste this, but I want to go over here and, I have that page that I didn't like and I was going to get rid of it. So what you need to do is you can create a new page, I'm going to call this, just so we know what it is, I'm going to say new Facebook home. And you have to be careful because if you try to delete the old page to create the new one, and then it will tell you that you can't delete the landing page. So I need to make sure that this is the new landing page. So, oops. I'm going to name my page new Facebook home and create it. And now I want to make that the landing page. So I go over here to Manage Sites. I have to save first. And I'm going to go to Manage Sites. And under General, here's the landing page. So everybody see that? And I'm going to say Change. And now I want to make that the landing page. So that's going to be sort of the home page. And save that. Now I can go in here to my other pages and delete them. So it'll let me do that now. So if I go over here, notice it says delete page. So I can say delete page. I've got another one here, Facebook home. I want to get rid of that one as well. Unfortunately, Google Sites does not let you delete multiple pages. That's why it's very important to be careful when you use those templates, because a lot of those templates might have 20, 30 pages in there, and it can be very time consuming then to delete all of those pages. So I'm going to now copy. I've selected. So one thing, I want to get rid of the comments. I didn't want that. I want to get rid of the attachments here. I'll show links and I'll show the title page. Go to Edit. And now I can go in here and paste. So now I've got the changes. Now you can see the changes to the graphic that I did, the cropping. All right. So that's one way you can do that. And we'll have some other tutorials here, but this is a good place to start. To add another page, again, I'll just go over here. Remember, if I go look at my menus here, I need one for fashion, let's say. So I'm going to add that fashion page. So I'm going to go over here, back here, add another, and I will call this one fashion. Make sure it's a web page. Create. And now notice I have fashion as a new link here, and I could go ahead and paste the information in there. Again, if I want to get rid of things like the comments or the add file, hit save, go into page settings, get rid of those two. I could add a description if I want. Now I'm ready to add some content, so I can just go ahead and bring in my content here. If you wanted to do it from scratch, you could, insert an image, do lots of things. So one of the nice things in this insert is, notice you're able to insert from Drive if you want, or you could even insert a Hangout. So people click on that and they can communicate. Maybe you have a little chat room that people are going to. You can put a Google map in there. So there's a lot of nice features with sites. Again, it's not the most intuitive, but it's what we have.